hold on, everybody. Hold together. 10 seconds.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chanel B. If you are new here, welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back, baby. Y'all know I already moved to the Midwest from Florida. Florida girl here, country girl. Because it is so cold, and I got on the heater in my house. I got on the heater through the vents and the heater behind me, like that's plugged into the wall, and I'm still a little chilly. So you guys gotta get used to me wearing jackets or coats on videos. Yeah. So anyways, I wanted to come to you guys today because first of all, I miss y'all. Hey. And then second of all, I was like, there is this one topic that I've been wanting to talk about for a while, and I feel like there's no better time to talk about it than now, since I have done the ultimate glow up to my life. You guys know, if you haven't watched, then go back, 2 videos ago. So anyways, this topic is what I did to maximize my singleness. If you are single right now, honey, you are in your winning season. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I really wish somebody had broke this down to me. Well, I'm 34. Woo. I'm 34. I'm gonna be 35 in October. And let me just tell you, you see how I had to think about that? Honey, that's why I've been trying to take my vitamins, because, baby, I'm very forgetful on things I want to forget. But anyways, I literally wish somebody gave me the game, I would say probably 20 years ago. Yes. As early as me being 14, 15 years old, because I think I had my first boyfriend at like 15. I'm not gonna lie. I thank God for where I am right now. I'm very grateful. I'm very humble where I am right now in my life. But can I just break this down to y'all? I would have been much further in life had I talked about the things that I'm going to talk to you guys about in this video. So if that sounds like something you would want to listen to, if you're trying to start your glow up plan, baby, you have come to the right video at the right time. And if I was you, I'll sit back, relax, and just enjoy the talk, shall we? Okay, so first things first is, if you are a single girl, the very first thing you should be doing is you should be getting your relationship with God together. I'm gonna tell you, I've sat and watched people self-sabotage because they refuse to put time into having a relationship with God. When I tell you, that encompasses all the things that I'm about to discuss with you. That encompasses all of those things, because I really and truly believe now at the young, tender age of 34, I do know a lot of the things that have happened in my life happened for me and not to me, because God ultimately wants to see me do good. Like, God didn't put me here on this earth to watch me do bad or to see me do bad. And that is what I absolutely love about the relationship I've cultivated with God. I'm able to read the word to see exactly what he says about me, to say exactly what he says about my life and how my life should be. And y'all, when I tell you, it has been an ultimate game changer, okay? I'm not telling you that you got to be all holier than thou. But what I am telling you is that you got to believe that everything that's happening in your life is happening for you and not to you, and that is helping you, right? It's not harming you. And the only way a lot of times is you got to have the faith. You got to keep the faith, and you got to believe, okay? You got to believe that, child, listen, the reason that I'm doing so good is, yeah, it has a lot to do with me and my habits and what I have cultivated, but also God was heavy up in this, okay? And if you don't come to that realization, I ain't gonna even lie, you might as well stop watching right now, because everything I have done in my single period to help me level up, to make 6 figures at my job, to be able to make almost 6 figures as a content creator, let me just tell you, baby, that wasn't nothing but the Lord, okay? The second thing you need to be doing if you are in your single season to maximize your life and to live this beautiful, glamorous life that you can only dream of is, girl, you got to get your money right. I'm going to tell y'all something. I'm going to tell y'all a story. And I don't want y'all to be judging me because I'm telling y'all this as your big sister, right? You know how big sisters got to tell their humiliating story to their little sisters so it can click with the little sisters because y'all don't be wanting to listen. Let me tell you something. I could dead remember when I had a job, right? I was working in my insurance. I was doing my little insurance thing, and I had me like a little big girl job. And very good company, very big company, well known for insurance. I was working there, and I was working with, this is back when I was in Miami, and I was seeing a guy who I told y'all last broke my heart. I was on again, off again with him for like 3 years. I was dating him, and let me tell you something. He didn't live that far away from my job, but my job was far away from my house. So I found myself spending a lot of time with him, like during my lunch breaks and calling him and just a whole bunch of stuff, right? And even sometimes I would go spend a night to his house, get dressed up to go to my job and, do little things like that. Just trying to spend any and every little time I can with this guy because I was just so in love. Y'all, let me tell you something. I would be doing so bad at work that I was literally fucking up my money chasing behind this boy. And let me just tell you something. If you are single, you gotta get your money right because let's say, for instance, your man do come into your life, let's say in the next couple months to a year. You want to make sure whatever you're doing to have that steady flow of income, you continue to do that even when you get into your relationship. And sometimes starting that, like let's say for instance, like how I transitioned from the insurance industry to the tech industry, that took a considerable amount of studying and coursework. You be spending so much time, you be booed up on the phone all times of day and all times of night. You don't study, you can't pass your test, you can't do much of anything. And so the reason I say if you are in your single season, you are literally in your winning season. And the second thing you have to learn how to do is you gotta get your money up because my grandma always told me the nigga's gonna come and the nigga's gonna go, but you gotta be able to maintain you and you gotta be able to take care of you. Baby, we don't live in an economy where you could just like live off of passion and off of fun. No, baby. You gonna have to live off some passion, some fun, some work. And let me just tell you, right now is the best time for you to do that and focus in on your craft to make you some money so that you can be always able to take care of yourself whether you got that or not. The third thing that you need to be looking into doing if you are in your single season is, girl, you gotta work out that body. Okay, I broke up with my nigga probably like 2-3 years ago, right? Y'all, I spent the whole year just eating whatever I wanted to eat. I think I binged ate. Y'all, I gained anywhere between like 60 to 80 pounds in a whole year. When I tell you miserable, to this day, I am still trying to get that weight off, right? Now that I'm kind of away from my family, because let me tell y'all something, my family, we from the islands, baby. We from the islands and the other part is like southern. Baby, when I tell you, it goes down in the kitchen and I don't even know how to cook. My sister and my mama, they got to stay far away from me because, baby, the way they cook, they be cooking like they got something to prove. I'm telling you, I'm still trying to get this weight off to the day. And it has been an ultimate struggle. But now that I'm away and I'm living by myself and I have a lot more control over what I eat and like my holidays and things like how my holidays go, I have been able to get back off like 14 pounds basically since I've been here in the last month. I know. I have so much more to do. Like when I look at the scale and I look at like my body fat percentage, I have so much further to go. But to know that I'm getting my body in shape it just makes me feel good. And it goes back to if I was in a relationship or if I was like playing with somebody's son, a couple sons, child, because okay. And going on a bunch of like dates and stuff, I don't know if I would still be as like strict on my eating as I am now. Like, get that body right. If you just broke up with it or you just like, I just got out of something real bad or something like that, I need to just take my time. Let me tell you something. Get into a gym. And even if you don't want to get into a gym, you could start walking around the park. You can start jogging around the park. I went to the gym maybe like twice since I've been here, but let me tell y'all what I really been doing. I've been doing at-home workouts. Y'all see all this good space I got in here. My couch ain't here yet, child. But one thing I can say is that I've been doing my at-home workouts, and y'all, they have been giving me a little sweat, and they be making my body feel very strong, and and make me feel like I'm getting a good workout. You can get a good workout in at home. So let me just tell you, single season equals winning, equals getting that body together. The fourth thing that you need to be focusing on if you are in your single series is you need to be focusing on your beauty regimen, okay? So this plays along with the whole body thing, right? You get your body right, your skin start looking better, your hair start doing a little better as well. And just overall, you just start feeling real comfortable and real confident in your skin, right? Get your beauty regimen together, right? Cause you getting that money, right? Cause you're gonna be getting that money and you're gonna be exercising. You gotta start looking into some different products, looking into some different treatments that you can do. Like you're gonna have all this extra time in your hand. Start going to your local esthetician to see what treatments you guys can start doing for your skin. Girl, let me just tell y'all something. Since I moved to the Midwest, I've had to learn how to get very serious about my vitamins. When I was out there in Miami where the sun is and it's tropical and things like that, I'm not gonna lie, I should have been taking vitamins, but I was not taking my vitamins. And when I got here, I got serious with my vitamins. I'm talking about vitamin C, D, zinc, all of that. And another thing I have been taking is hair, skin, and nails. And I noticed that my skin has been looking way better. And I also noticed that my hair is starting to grow nice and thick all over again. So this is the perfect time for you to start building your regimen. Start building your beauty regimen because you have a lot more time on your hands. When you get into your relationship, you're gonna be spending a lot of time with bae, you're gonna be at his house, you're gonna be going on trips with him and things like that. And you need to have your regimen, a beauty regimen that you can really stick to. Get that hygiene together. Baby, you need to get that. If you ain't gonna wax, you gotta know how to trim that thing down. You gotta know what type of, things you wanna, use for washing and keeping dry. You gotta learn all of that. This is a time where you really start learning about yourself, your body, and start implementing the things that you see on your Pinterest boards, right? These things aren't on your Pinterest boards or aren't saved on your TikTok just because. It's because these are things that you're aspiring to be. So what better time to do that before your man actually gets here? Get that beauty regimen together. So when he comes to your house, so when you a beauty girl, he comes to your house, he be like, dang, babe got a nice makeup. She got a nice face wash. She got nice little smell goods and oils and stuff. And he gonna see that. And let me tell you something. He gonna be like, oh, this girl don't play about her. And guess what? That ultimately, he not gonna play with you because he gonna see you don't play about yourself. So he's not gonna play about you. Last but certainly not least, if you are in your single season, you really, really need to be taking advantage, like I just mentioned, about your time. But one thing that you do need to do is now is the time to start learning more about you internally. So a lot of the things that I just mentioned 1 through 4 were a lot of like external things, right? Let me tell you something. And I'm putting myself back out there. When I get into like relationships and stuff, y'all, because I didn't really like grow up with my biological father, so I be wanting like a whole lot from a guy, which is kind of sort of, some of the things I be wanting is kind of sort of unhealthy. But I didn't know that until I started going to therapy. I have a life coach and a therapist, y'all. So they do 2 completely different things. So a therapist kind of like, they're more on the clinical side, and a life coach is more on they give you like practical advice and practical steps that you can take to, kind of coach you through life, if you will. And I can just tell you, like, I have really taken this portion of my life very, very serious after my breakup, because my breakup was so devastating to me. I kind of just threw myself into it because I knew I needed the therapy. But as time goes on, I go to my therapist a lot less. I probably went to her maybe like once a week. I would go to my therapist like once a week. But now I go to my therapist like once a month. and I see my life coach like twice a month. Because my life coach, she feels like my big sister, right? She really does. She gives me some of the best advice. And let me just tell you something. You could do all the external things that I just mentioned, y'all, but if you do not do that internal work, you gotta know that happiness starts within you. The man that you'll get and the man that you'll attract is an addition. He's gonna make you happy additionally to what you already have going, but you gotta feel powerful and you gotta feel safe and you gotta feel secure before somebody can give you all of those things. You know, your man can give you comfort, he can give you security, but it gotta start with you, right? Because sometimes we go out seeking these things and these men will put up a whole facade and make you feel like, oh, you so safe and you so secure in their arms, and they'll turn around and disappoint you and you'll be fucking devastated. But you gotta understand who you are as a woman. No matter if this man is here or if he's not, you gotta know who you are as a woman, so when he does walk out of your life, you don't fall apart. And that was the biggest mistake that I made, is when that dude walked out of my life was in shambles, y'all. I am just now getting my life back together after breaking up with this guy almost 3 years ago. Just now getting my life together. It took me a long time, but with a lot of therapy and a lot of life coaching, I've gotten here and I'm staying here. But it doesn't have to take you that long, and it doesn't have to be that harsh for you if you start learning who you are as a woman at the core of you. You understand what I'm saying? So that, like I said, if the dude decide that he want to skedaddle on you, or he want to cheat, he want to not do what you ask him to do, or it just does not work out, you are okay to say, you know what, it's been fun, cop deuces. In order to avoid those messy situations like that, where you're in a relationship way longer than what you're supposed to, you got somebody trying you like a basa, you got to know who you are, so that when it's time for you to cop deuces on them, you feeling comfortable and you feeling confident. That don't have anything to do with like how you're gonna feel emotionally, because you are gonna feel heartbroken. You are gonna cry. You are gonna want to eat that tub of ice cream. But you're gonna know after a few days, maybe after a few weeks, you can pull yourself back together and come back stronger than ever. Because let me tell you something. When I tell you, and I know from heartache of my own, life keeps going. Let me tell you, you be down and out, sad and whatnot, and them niggas be at the next party with the next bitch. So not telling you that you got to be like them, because I don't believe that God made man and woman to be alike, but you can be a lady, collect your things, put all your things in your purse, put your purse on your shoulder, and walk away from the dinner table and be like, you can have it, sir. You got to build that strength in you. And a lot of times, the only way you can do that is if you start mentally figuring out where you at, why you act the way you act, and why you feel the way you feel, and start learning how to kind of control those emotions. So you could be a real baddie. A lot of just be talking about they a baddie, and they really not, because they go walk out of their life and they just fall apart, or that ain't no good 10, 15 years, that ain't doing nothing for them and ain't got no plans on doing nothing for them. They break up and then the man go marry somebody next. Let me tell you something. The real baddie package is knowing when to leave. And that takes a powerful, strong woman. Trust you when I tell you. I know some of y'all know some women who in some relationships and they don't need to even be in the relationships, and they act like they can't even leave. That will not be you. All right, y'all. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I was so happy to do this video. I really hope it opened your eyes to some things of what you could be doing if you are a single girl right now, what you could be doing to really level up and maximize your singleness. Because guess what? We ain't gonna be single all the time, honey. So guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I love y'all so much, and I'll see you later.